Hello everyone, my name is Christopher McKinney. This week we have an argumentative speech. My speech to you is about firefighter cancer and firefighter safety. The culture of the fire service for a very long time has been built on pride. We like to show how tough we are. We like to show how good of a fireman we are. We want to be what we call smoke eaters. We weren't aware of the risks that we face. We were not aware of all the cancer that will be the outcome of those actions. For a very long time, firemen didn't wear SCBAs, which is a self-contained breathing apparatus, which is what you see on TV as an air pack. For a long time, they weren't wearing them. That's why now the firemen from the old days have what's called leather lung. Leather lung is a disease where the lungs have hardened and they can't move, and there's also a significant amount of soot damage in their lungs. Those are not a risk anymore because throughout time we have learned that we must wear an air pack. But it wasn't until in the last 5 years that we discovered the cancer risks. Now, the behavior of firemen, we always want to have the soot on our face. We don't want to necessarily have to wear an air pack longer than we have to because of the weight of it. And it causes back pain, shoulder pain, especially after a long period of time of wearing them. So we want to take them off as soon as possible. We want to get that soot on our face. We want to get those marks on your gear, the soot on your helmet. It's a pride thing. It makes you look like a fireman. You wanted to be a fireman, look like a fireman. And for a long time we weren't cleaning our gear. We weren't washing our helmets. We weren't doing these things. And we were exposing ourselves to a very high cancer risk. In the past, it wasn't an issue. Now it is. The way synthetics are now, and couches and furniture, and all those things that are made by manufacturing companies nowadays, they off-gas all kinds of chemicals. For a long time, we didn't wear SCBAs after a fire. Once the fire was out, we would take those masks off. We took everything off, and we go in what we call salvage and overhaul. We go look for hot spots. We'd start putting stuff out. And for a long time, we did not know that it was off-gas and cyanide. So thanks to the NFPA and NIOSH, they've now done all these studies and discovered that these are a major risk to us. The problem with firemen is we're prideful, and we don't want to necessarily learn. We don't want to necessarily adapt to the changes because we're used to the way we do things. But now, thanks to this research, we know all the risks that we face. But we didn't want to accept it. We wanted to be prideful. We wanted to have, like I said earlier, the soot on the helmet, the soot on our face, looking like we've done some real work. But now, thanks to this research, we are more aware of the risk of cancer. I have a visual representation for you. Firefighters face cancer rates substantially greater than the Americans. Firemen are 2 times more likely to get testicular cancer. They're 1.53 times greater to get multiple myeloma. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, 1.5 times more likely than the general population. Skin cancer, 1.39 times greater. Brain cancer, 1.31 times greater. And the list goes on, as you can see. The list continues to move forward. We're at a substantial high risk, and most people don't realize that. So what can we do to prevent this from happening to us? What can we do to reduce our risk? It's simple. Decon. Clean all of our equipment. Instead of trying to be prideful and tough and big, understand these risks. Clean our gear. Strip them down. We now have machines that a special washing machine that we can have that removes the carcinogens out of the turnout gear. Washing our gear after every use, especially when it's exposed to any kind of carcinogens in any fire. We have to decon. We have to clean our equipment. We have to take showers. Sometimes firemen didn't want to take showers right afterwards. They want to keep going and keep working and keep running those calls. But we have to start getting in the showers and deconning our bodies as soon as possible. testicular cancer. All these other things are major risks to us. And we have to change our culture in order to get rid of these risks. And everybody wonders why firemen are so prideful and why we do these things. It's just tradition, and it's hard for us to adapt. So we can't be that way. We have to learn, and we have to adapt, and we have to overcome. So in conclusion, I hope what you've realized is not to be like the old heads. Even though the old heads have a lot of things they can teach us, we have to adapt and understand the risk of cancer to us. We have to change our tactics. We have to decon our gear. We have to clean our equipment. We have to take showers. We have to gross decon on the scene. Leave your gear on, get scrubbed down and hosed down. These things are things that we can adapt and quit being prideful and quit trying to be hard-headed. Adapt, overcome, reduce the risk of cancer. I hope this was educational. I hope you got your visual demonstration with our chart, and I hope that you learned something today. Thank you.